How much has the Kerala government borrowed where the government of India wants to restrict? And why does it want to restrict?
What is the reflective writing? Tell me, nowadays people talk about artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir.
How can artificial intelligence be used for tax collection?
May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Jadhav. Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, we must apologize for starting the interview late, and it's the fault of the chairman of the board.
No, sir. It is absolutely all right.
Thanks a lot. So you happen to be from Kheda in Gujarat,
Yes.
and then you have done your B in electrical machines, power system, power electronics. Is this the name of subject?
So they are yes. These are the subject names.
But what is it known as? What is your qualification?
Electrical engineering, sir.
But B triple engineering.
Yes, sir.
Right? And you are interested and you had opted for sociology as the optional paper.
Yes, sir.
And you are interested in reflective writing. And you're also interested in Garba,
Yes, sir.
which is a dance form, as well as singing songs of various singers. And then you also mention the name of it. And apart from that, you're also a state tax officer, Government of Gujarat.
Yes, sir.
What is the state tax officer?
So it is basically GST officer, if we simplify it. So I work in state GST department as a state tax officer.
It's a class 2 officer.
Yes, sir. Gazetted
Yeah.
officer.
Very nice to know about that. What is the scheme of devolution of finance as per the mandate in the Constitution of India?
So, Finance Commission, as per the Article 280, recommends the devolution of revenue from center to state, the tax collection and other revenue, sir.
Why has there been such a ruckus in the present times, especially in the recent times, that the states are largely complaining against the center that the devolution of finance is not being done properly, and especially such governments which are not in consonance with the central government, rather than, they are from a different party
Yes, sir.
as against the ruling party in the central government, that they are complaining so much. And what is the latest development in that aspect?
So some of the states, especially the southern states, which are developed states in India, they are accusing that center is not devolving the revenue towards those states, and they are losing because of implementation of GST and increased tendency of centers towards collection through SASSIS. So they feel that they are being punished for doing good and developing themselves in better manner, sir.
Let us take the example of Kerala.
Yes,
The government of India is saying they are spending recklessly. What is the core thought process in that?
so yes, the central government has said that, but the Kerala government has clarified that their deficit, which is they also have their own uh, deficit targets, and that is below somewhere 3% or somewhere. So, and Kerala government has also accused the center that the government is considering the expenditure or borrowing by the public sector enterprise in the borrowing limits. So it is bone of contention also, sir.
How much has the Kerala government borrowed where the government of India wants to restrict? And why does it want to restrict?
So I am not aware of the exact data, exact amount which the Kerala government has bought, but as per the constitution, that state should ask permission from the center if for to borrow if it has some due from the center. So,
What is the Karnataka CM saying on this count?
so Karnataka CM is saying that we have demanded the revenue from the center. For example, Mekhe, the two project is there and several other projects also, but center has not devolved the grants to them, and they are facing challenges because of this lack of devolution in timely manner.
Now, the center would argue That at some stage was 32%. Now they're giving 42%, which has reduced to 41%.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you agree with the contention of states that despite the larger devolution of financial instruments to the state government, that they need not be complaining on this count?
So that is true, but I believe that the southern states, the revenue of the central government has increased more than double in the since the inception of GST. But the same is not the case with the states, and states which are contributing lower to the revenue are getting more revenue from the center. For example, UP has received such a huge amount from the center as compared to Kerala and Karnataka. So these states are complaining about that.
What is the difference between a central sponsored scheme and a central scheme?
So,
The central government operates in the states.
so central sponsored schemes are those schemes in which center and state both would fund the implementation of scheme, whereas the central sector schemes are the schemes in which total financing will be from the center. So this is the basically one difference.
Now, can you be more detailed about the central sponsored schemes, and why are the so-called financially backward states not very happy with the central sponsored schemes?
So because central sponsored schemes are designed by the central government and states have to implement, and they are losing their autonomy on implementation of those schemes because they have to fund those schemes, and they cannot take the decision whether to implement or not, but they have to with their limited finance and revenues.
Thank you so much. Please.
Okay. Firstly, the name part. Jadhav, Kishan Kumar, Jitendra Kumar.
Yes, sir.
So it's combination of names, your father or something else also? What is it?
So first Jadhav is my surname.
Jadhav is surname.
Yes, sir. Then Kishan Kumar is my name, and Jitendra Kumar is my father's name, sir.
Okay. So you're generally called by your friends as Kishan
Yes,
Kumar?
sir. Kishan.
Just Kishan.
Yes, sir.
Kishan, you finished your BE with 6.85 CGPA.
Yes, sir.
So that works out to nearly 65% of marks.
Yes,
If we convert it into that, generally by that formula of 0.95%.
yes, sir.
You done extremely well in your school in 10th and 12th, but perhaps you did not get the marks as per your expectations in your graduation. There would be some very good reason for that. What is that?
So I analyzed some of the reasons that I was traveling during my graduation. I was commuting from my state to my college, and it used to take a lot of time. For example,
My state to the college means?
my hometown to college, it was around
Hometown.
50 to 60 kilometer, and it took around 6 hours of coming to and going for. So I used to get little bit tired, and I could not pursue my study very well. In addition to that, sir, I believe I could not. I just changed my strategy for studies. During the school, I used to be really focused, but because of this up down and everything, a little bit I feel my study could hampered. So these were the
No,
reasons.
not being focused and getting tired are two different things. So, which is the reason, real reason for that?
So getting tired was the first reason. Because of that, I used to get lower marks, and when I get lower marks, I used to feel guilty about it, and it was a cascading effect to a certain extent. And I was also involved in some other activities. For example, for I used to prepare for CAT examination. So during later part of my graduation, also uh, it hampered my studies, sir.
Okay. Did you not request your father to put you in a hostel or something like that?
Sir, I tried.
Hmm.
I tried to stay in hostel for 3 months,
Hmm.
but I could not adapt there well. So I decided that I will do it from my home only.
Okay. Next question is about your competitive examinations.
Yes.
After 12th, you would have faced certain of them. What were these exams, competitive exams?
After graduation, sir.
After 12th.
After 12th.
There is, yeah.
So I appeared for the Gujarat Common Entrance Test for the admission to engineering. That is the only one exam I wrote after 12th
And based on that, you got admission to
in
which
the engineering, sir.
which college? This is the one that you studied.
So BBM Engineering College, that
Okay.
is in Anand.
All right. Fine. So you were saying that you were also engaged in certain other activities in school. So what about games and other extracurricular activities which you participated in your school?
So I used to participate in elocution competition. Also, I participated.
How often was that? Every year, every 6 months? What was it all about? What was the frequency? How many years did you do it?
So for the first time, I participated in when I was in class fifth. Then the second time I appeared was in class sixth. After that, in 10th, I participated in 3 to 4 competitions at various levels.
What else? Any other
Any
extracurricular activity?
So I participated in singing competitions also,
Hmm.
and drawing competition also I participated.
Okay. And what about your games?
So I was not very active in the sports segment.
But sports facility was available?
Yes, sir, there was available.
So what held you back from participating in sports?
So I was not very good in the sports, so naturally I would not be picked in the team for that.
Now, playing is different from getting picked into the team to play for school. These are two different things. So, what was it in your case?
So my general inclination was more towards studies and such activities like I mentioned, singing, elocution. My natural inclination was not more towards sports.
Okay. Right. What is the reflective writing?
So reflective writing is expressing my thoughts when some specific event, or I feel if it is important in my life, or when I take some important decision in life. So I write about that, and I sometimes also I write motivational writing also that inspire me, or and I also write sometimes the plan I make. So later on I can revisit it and see if I am making the progress or not.
Can you give me one example where reflective writing helped you?
So there was a 2020 World Cup, and there was a match between Australia and Pakistan, and I just watched the last 15 minutes of the game, and in that Matthew Wade hit 3 sixes to Shaheen Shah Afridi, and so the match was won by the Australia. It made me realize that never ever give up till you have the chance, and keep that fighting spirit inside you. So this has helped me very much in my preparation also, sir.
Mr. Kishan, you also take part in Garba.
Yes, sir.
Now, the nature of the Garba traditional cultural festival has changed.
Yes, sir.
Now it's almost become like a pop culture.
Yes, sir.
Why has this become like that?
So it is basically commercialization has happened with increase in urbanization and tendency to commercialize things. Earlier it used to be played in the street at a smaller level, but right now with urbanization and increasing economic activities, the tendency to make it more commercialized has increased, and basically the entrepreneurial spirit of
Why has it become commercialized?
so it is basically in the entrepreneurial spirit of Gujarati people that to commercialize things and to make good amount of money from it. It is also helping people to on livelihood, to create employments, and economies are also sometimes revolving around it.
Hmm.
So these are some of the reasons, sir. The commercialization has happened.
All right. And last year there were a lot of cases in which this Garba festival came into the limelight. Can you tell us something about some very peculiar kind of incidents that were taking place?
So, Home Minister of Gujarat was playing Garba. This is the one of the reason. In addition to that, sir, the time for playing Garba, which was earlier used to be up to 12 in night, was increased. So this was one of the reason that it was very much in news.
All right. Now, you're from Gujarat. There is this, generally people say, Gujarat model of development.
Yes, sir.
It's always in the news now. What is this Gujarat model of development?
So Gujarat model of development is basically a policy which is about economic and social development through infrastructure building, through attracting investment, and by promoting the imbibing business friendly policies, that the development should be promoted.
But then this is a very normal kind of initiative that any government should take. So why is it called Gujarat model?
So it is because Gujarat has taken the lead in that, and sir, other states, as compared to other states, Gujarat has performed really well on this front. So it is the beginner.
Okay. Now you're from GST, state tax officer, and you're also from engineering background. Tell me, nowadays people talk about artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir.
How can artificial intelligence be used for tax collection?
So artificial intelligence, if we feed the data, then artificial intelligence can inform the authorities about the possible risk of the dealer. For example, so right now when we get any application for the registration number, GST registration number, then we directly get the risk score of that particular entity. For example, it is high risk, then it would be 10, and lower on the lower risk side. So the authorities can be very cautious about giving the registration number to those entities, and they keep a very good check on it.
And in the field of income tax, has it been used by the government?
So in the field of income tax, there is a faceless scrutiny which they have started. So this is what I know, sir, about income tax department.
Any facts, figures that you have that you can show that artificial intelligence is being used by the government? Not aware of it. No, no problem. Now, let's move to another field. The role of the governor has become very controversial, particularly in the last several years, last 5, 6 years. Can you highlight why?
So it is because the parties at the center and the state are different, and the sometimes the governor is being accused of the agent of the center and working at the as per the direction by the center. So it hampers the functioning of the state
So,
government.
can you highlight some issues, some states, some issues due to which the role of the governor is in the news?
So in Rajasthan, there was one issue about calling session of the government, which I can remember as of now. Uh, in Maharashtra also there was one issue, sir, but I am not able to
Anything you
exact.
recall from Tamil Nadu, from Kerala?
Sir, in Kerala also government, there is a tussle going on between the government and
What is the issue?
So it is about the governor is the chancellor of university, and there was some issue around it. I have to read about it, sir.
And in Tamil Nadu, you're not aware?
No, sir, I am not able to recall.
So, governor is a very important functionary in our
Yes.
constitutional setup. What can be done to have a more, workable solution, have a more congenial relationship between the chief minister, governor? Can you tell us some steps that can be taken?
Uh, so, as per the constitution, the elected government should be the major functionary, and the governor should cooperate. Governor and both should cooperate. So it should not be like the center is appointing the governor, and the governor should control the state government functioning sometimes.
Hmm.
So better cooperation would be the right
So the
way
center
forward.
will appoint the governor anyway.
Yes, sir.
So, what kind of people should be selected?
So people who are not associated directly with the local politics. So if we can do one thing, sir, that retired justice can be included, then it is high chances they would be neutral, or they should not be, sir, related to any political parties. If we can maintain political neutrality, then the issue can be
All right.
resolved, sir.
Now, recently, last couple of days in the newspaper, there are issues about categorization of scheduled castes. Now, debate is going on based on what the Supreme Court is hearing. Can you tell us something about that? What is this case? What is this issue?
So Supreme Court is hearing the case, and Supreme Court is of opinion that although the reservation is provided to scheduled caste categories, but it is not a homogenized group. There are different categories in that also, and some categories are really well developed, and others are still lagging behind those categories. So the well-off categories should be made compete in the general category, so that the reservation benefits could be provided to the categories which are still deprived of.
Hmm.
So this is the case, sir.
So your interview is over, and thanks for a very nice interview.
You've done well. You're quite logical when you answer, and you can express well. So that's a very strong point with you. And also, you remain calm. Now, being calm in the interview keeps your head in well centered. So that's a good one, and you're well prepared as well as I can see. But a few things on your personality related issues. You can modify your statements in some way or the other. Do not bring out such like things like I was tired and things like that.
Yes, sir. I have to prepare that question well.
Yeah, so maybe you can modify it like, sir, I used to travel long distances, so that consumed a lot of time. Therefore, leaving me much less time, though I tried my best
Yes, sir.
with the constraints that I had. So you can modify your answer accordingly. Then you say I played no games because I did not represent my school or not an achiever or something. And the playing means playing. It is not necessary that you have to represent your school or college or university. You can mention an odd game that you played in your school actually. May not have achieved anything, doesn't matter.
Yes, sir.
Don't say I never played. And I was more focused into something else. You have to be balanced.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay. Then also you brought out that because you were tired and also into some other activities, it is indicating that you're getting defocused. Your primary aim as a student in college is to study.
Yes, sir.
So getting instead of doing job A, you're doing job B. So as an IAS officer, you're given some task. You can't be doing something else.
Yes, sir.
You have to be focused on what has been given to you. So इसको थोड़ा सा modify करना होगा.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? And we should not get a feeling that there is a tendency to give up. कि चलो छोड़ दो नहीं होगा रहने दो गेम्स नहीं हो रहा चलो छोड़ो रहने दो या if I'm not able to do well doesn't matter survive कर लेंगे इतना काफ़ी है don't give that feeling
Okay, sir.
ठीक है you can um, look at the sentences how you are going to frame them
Yes, sir.
otherwise good very nice
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Krishna Kumar, you are already an officer, so the expectation would be high from you. But I think you have the capacity to meet the challenge. You are very, as Sir said, you are cool, calm, composed. You are fairly articulate also. You are also well informed, more or less. What I would suggest is that you need little bit more sharpness of opinion,
Yes, sir.
little bit more clarity on some issues. That would sharpen your opinion. It would
Yes.
bring out more information that yes, you understand. Say, for example, when you mentioned Supreme Court said this, it's not Supreme Court has said. It's just one of the
Judges.
Justice Gawai
Yes.
who has remarked in the ongoing. So
Yes.
these are small things,
Small.
which shows that you sharply understand the issue. And also, I think you need to be little bit more sharp. Bring out your opinion. You know, you understood it, but people can confuse and say, this what I said. It's social discrimination.
Yes, sir.
But come out that once you gain certain amount of economic power, some of these social discrimination is also taken away, especially being a student of sociology. You can mention that.
Yes.
All right. Gujarat model of development, your answer was correct, because more or less Gujarat has been very proactive in providing infrastructure, ease of doing business, attracting investment. These vibrant summit
Yes, sir.
started in Gujarat in a big way, which all the other states are now following in the last 15,
Yes,
20
sir.
years. Small states also have. So that's a good answer you had. Then Garva also, you're correct, commercialization, but you didn't mention a lot of youngsters faced health issues. A lot of them had
Right.
heart attacks,
Yes, sir.
and many people said that it may be a result of long COVID.
Yes, sir.
People in their 30s also in the paper
Yes,
came
yes,
out they
yes.
had heart attacks.
I missed on that.
Okay, so I was hinting at that. You were
Yes, sir.
hinting at love jihad and all that
No,
home
sir.
ministry, increasing the thing.
Yes, sir.
So have a good, when you have written Garba, so that kind of
Yes, sir.
questions can come. And artificial intelligence. Your answer was okay, but you didn't have the facts and figure. Recently, there was a report in Economic Times in which the finance minister, she said they have already recovered 36,000 crore since they are reassessing the tax between 2014 and 15. And they hope to get something like 50,000 crore by March 2024. So that's a substantial amount that is just simply coming from artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir.
By use of data analytics, by use of advanced technology. So if you can give
Yes,
that,
sir.
it will show that you're well informed, you have a sharp. Otherwise, I would say keep reading paper.
Yes, sir.
Perhaps make a bank of 100, 120 questions, political, economic, social, bullet points notes,
Yes, sir.
and see what is the challenges in those issues, what are the solution, and if it is foreign policy, how does it impact India, and see based on those facts and what is your opinion.
Yes, sir.
How do you express your opinion? It has to be brief.
Okay, sir.
Sometimes you show little bit low energy. Voice modulation is important.
Yes, sir.
It will show that you are a thinking person. All right? Otherwise, you are a good candidate with great potential to succeed. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. To the very nice interview, and then of course we really enjoyed interacting with you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
God bless.